All still getting there. I can see one, two, the Jeep one coming around as well. She'll put it down, but pick it up.
Hi everyone, John McLeod from Macbet. Just going to go over how our Sunshine Coast played on the weekend and how we actually played the card and what we did Sunday as well. We broke square just about. We won. You can see we won a couple $100 overall around there. We had a bit of a lead early. We gave it back. We clawed it back to winning something, and then Soxagon sort of knocked us around a little bit, but we didn't play very hard. We just thought the track was playing a bit strange. I gave it out a heavy 9 early. We sort of thinking it was like a soft 7, maybe even close to a soft 6 at some stage. I think after race 3 was changed to a heavy 8, and then the last race was changed back to a heavy 9 because they had a bit of rain up there. This first race, it was an interesting race, this one, because Kisakano was the best horse, but he had the big weight and first up from a spell, so there was a bit of a query on it. But as you can see, our prices, what we did was, well, Kisakano went like a bomb. I think the sectionals, just getting back to the track, the sectionals are going to be probably a bit worse than this, because they're taken pretty much on a heavy 8 track, and I think it's a better track, so that the sectionals aren't as good. So all these sectionals here, they probably haven't gone as fast as 7 lengths fast and got home 4. It's a little bit worse than that. But I did think Kisakano went quite good. Didn't beat a lot, but it did it in good fashion. We were on Fleet Dove, did a good job, run second. It probably, in hindsight, it was a good option to go the Quinella there. I think it paid around $8.40 or something like that, the Quinella, so that was well overs for mine. But we finished up, had something on it at $8 and had more on at the place. We could have actually bet in a different way and had more on Fleet Dove and backed both of them to win something, but I don't think we would have won a hell of a lot more than what we did, in doing it, the each way type of option, or more on the win and less on the win and more on the place, because it was just going to be getting the perfect run. Fleet Dove track played middle track, like we said. The bias was pretty much spot on. Out here around the 6, 7, 8 mark was the place to be, not on that inside part. But they pretty much, everyone knew that. Everyone jerried. They had to get out to the middle track. This second race, what do we do here? We didn't play at all. We just couldn't. We were against socialising in the morning at around about $1.90 or something like that. But it got out to our price, so really there was nothing really happening. We couldn't really play. Even I missed the price on winning shot. I think it was about $14 early, and it was some value, but then it come right in, so I missed that. So I just stayed out of the race. It's probably lucky, because I don't know whether I would have thrown anything on Leroy the Conqueror, just thinking that it was going to get back a little bit and it's probably going to come to the right part of the track. But I was happy to stay out of that race, so that was all right. Sectionals wise, it looks as if Leroy the Conqueror was a really good win, just because they've sprinted home the last bit and he's come from back in the field. Now I have black booked him, but it's probably not as strong a black book as what the sectionals say, because I don't think they're as good. The next race, what do we do here? We played, had a bit of a knock for Cloak mid-morning, and I was quite happy to bet against it when I heard that, so I sort of played here a bit. I was probably lucky I didn't play more, because I just didn't know where to go, because Buster Move, I didn't realise that he'd had bandages on for the first time. I missed that gear change, which I hate bandages on wet tracks. They just, they fill up and they're heavy on their legs, and it's just not a go for me. So I actually threw something on in the morning. You see we had $140, $115, but it was I was probably lucky to only have that. Mood, I swung into it, just hoping that it could improve with the class. Now it didn't. it tracked up beautifully in behind them, and when it really got to going with the last little bit, when they started to sprint, she couldn't pick up. So I lost something on that. It was well backed mood. It was about $13. I got $13 into $6, but it was disappointing. Arthur in Charge, it blew in the market. It got out to about $3.40, $3.50 on Betfair. So I was happy enough to throw something on it at that price, and I think we did 800. So we're about square after that race. Next race, this was a very even type of race. So I was just going to back a few horses at odds, or just take my prices. You can see how much we're supposed to be having on our horses here. Prince of Tyre was supposed to have 300 on it, I threw 200 on it. The winner, 200 on Ocean Waves, which I did, and 100 on Red Dalton, which I did. Finished up winning 1600 on the race, so that was all right. You know, it wasn't a race I really wanted to play in, but it fell okay, and so Prince of Tyre winning, that was all right. This next race, you can see the sectionals were pretty poor, and you know, again, I'm saying that the sectionals are worse, so this race is no good. The next race, what did we do here? Didn't do much at all. I didn't do anything. You can see I didn't know what to do with Lucky Jackson. If it went forward, it was the right horse, but he sort of grabbed hold. Byrne did the right thing. It was just incredible. I should have realised Byrne wouldn't stay back here. We had it around the $4 mark, paid a little bit better than that. I think it got out to around $4.60 on Betfair or anything like that, so that was okay. But if I would have realised that it would have gone forward, you can see what happens to our price. If I put it on the outside of Zukonig, it makes it go into $2 shot, $2.20 shot. So bringing it from that position right up here in a pace that was no good, and it was slow speed, I completely stuffed that race up. It would have been a nice bet, Prometheus, thinking that, but for some reason I just didn't jerry it. Most of the, maybe because I know that it was coming out a little bit slow all the time, and I was thinking maybe he might just go back, but he came out of right and went straight to second, so that was my problem, my mistake on that race. But we didn't play. Could have been a result though. This next race, what did we do here? Oh, we fiddled around here again. It was a race that was fairly even. We were happy to bet against How Wonderful Life Is. It was pretty short in the morning. It was around odds on or even money, and it blew out to $3. But you know, we had it around the $4. We were happy to go against it. You know, we thought Bowl Style and Clever Miss had chances, so I threw something on Bowl Style. I had a good bet on, decent bet on Clever Miss to win about 3,000, and you know, it probably could have gone close if he would have tracked up a little bit closer coming to the turn. Gideon's, we threw something on it. We won 500 on the race, so we're winning 2,200, just chipping away here at the moment. This next race, this is the race I run into trouble with. I just couldn't have Wapiti at the price. In the morning, I think it was $3. I think I had it around the $5 mark, and I was happy to go against it just because I thought it was just haven't had enough. And I did say the trainer's, you know, very good, but you know what he's done, he's held it together. The horse has done a good job. It's shortened right up, but when it's shortened up, I thought I've got to bet against it now. So I backed, I had something on Star of Michelin, threw something on Samurai, which went like a busted. Then I had something on Night Mariner, who would have won. He just broke down the last little bit, the last 50 metres or 100 metres when he went past him. So I think, all in all, you know, the slow run race and sprinting home the last bit, just everything fell into Wapiti's hands. Star of Michelin went really good. He was switched back to the inside part of the track, which was no good when they were sprinting, and it went good. You know, if he came to the outside and got going early, you know, he would have been in the race. Love Express loomed to win, but just didn't get the distance. Night Mariner went past Wapiti and broke down. So everything you see is Wapiti was just a miracle at winning, and they were right. They put the cash on, but they had their birthday. That's how I put it down to. This next race, what are we doing after that? We're still winning something. We did 700 on that race. Next race, what did we do? This is slow run race early and sprinted home. Now, I really thought Soxagon was just going to get in the perfect position. Now, I would have been happy enough for him to be on the outside of Special Missile. But I think Silent Flyer got up there and went to second, which stuffed everything up. But Soxagon, he just tracked up beautifully coming to the corner and just didn't really let go on the wet. Now, I thought he'd handle the wet, but I don't think he did. I'm not going to bag the horse because it's a possibility that he didn't handle it. So, and they did get home really well. So this horse, what's it called? The winner, Crone, just sprinted brilliantly. Just had a really good turn of foot in the wet. And nice horse on the wet tracks. So it's a horse to follow on wet tracks. I couldn't get it there on my figures. I'm just going to have to go back and have a look at that to see why, but I couldn't get it there. Special Missile, I thought it had a chance, but I threw 1,200 on Soxagon because it got out to $3. I thought that was good odds at the time. I was probably lucky I didn't have any more on it. Just a wet track really just made me come back a little bit. But after that race, we were winning 200 and something. Then we came to the last. I had no idea what to do here. There was a few first up horses, a few horses going from 900 metre races to 1,000 on the wet. That was the worry with Tulio. I was just questioning it, and I think he was lucky to win. He had enough on the line, and Musical Genius was coming at him. I think we said Musical Genius had a chance on the audio, and it probably would have won in another bound. Ditmus was always going to be there, but it's a bleeder. Melbourne Estate had 392 days off. They put plenty on it. I was sort of against it just because of that 392 days. But all in all, I couldn't really find anything to back in that race, so we completely stayed out of it. As I said, we won a little round of drinks. But Sunday, what did we do Sunday? That was Scatton. We only had a few bets there. We found a couple of winners, so that was all right. Brad won at Hong Kong. He actually tipped a $25 shot that won, which kicked him clear, and then he came into a shorty at $1.90. I think he had 4 units on it, which was a big bet for us on that. It started about $1.40, and then he bled. He bled for the rest of the meeting. He won something, but I think everyone should have won something on the 2 days. That's about all from me. We'll see how we go. It's the last meeting on Wednesday night for Hong Kong for about 8 weeks, so that's the last one. And Brad will be coming over to Brisbane and giving us a hand on Brisbane races. All right, cheers everyone. See ya.